welcome back to another episode of the Inquisitive Mamba podcast. This is episode 109. I hope everyone is having a great day wherever you are around the world, having a great weekend so far. A very special guest on the Inquisitive Mamba podcast today is Anthea Charlton. She is a University of Florida track and field athlete, so it's a pleasure to have you on the show, Anthea.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Or what's life like for you?
Right now we're getting prepared for first rounds, national, regionals. So we got regionals. We leave Monday, then we're preparing for nationals.
So you guys are currently in season right now, because I know with a lot of sports with you. Okay, so we're in May. So when do you guys finish then?
Officially, first week of June. Nationals is the 7th, I think.
So what's going through your mind preparing for regionals right now?
Right now, I'm just trying to survive and advance. Usually at regionals, I don't have to. But you don't really have to jump anything crazy. You just need to be in the top, I think it's 16. Now, in terms of sprints, that's a whole different ballgame. Everybody running as fast as they can to make it. But jumps-wise, it's not usually that far.
So where are you guys going for regionals?
We're going to Lexington, Kentucky.
University. Oh, wow. And you're familiar with Kentucky because you transferred from the University of Kentucky.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I never really jumped on the runway, so this will be new for me.
So you're excited?
Yeah.
So before we get into your transfer from the University of Kentucky to the University of Florida, I wanted to ask you, when did track start for you, as a whole?
I think I was maybe 5 or 6, because my father, he did track.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And then he became a coach. So then he coached my sister, then me. My older sister never really got into it. So I started at a really young age.
Wow. So you're from the Bahamas, is that correct?
Yes.
So what was it like growing up, life in the Bahamas, just as a whole?
I'd say it was pretty cool. It was such a small island. Everybody knew everybody. The track world was also really small. So coming into the collegiate area, I know all of the Bahamians that compete at D1, all the other conferences and stuff. Growing up, pretty calm. I'd say it's better than growing up in the States.
Yeah?
It's my unpopular opinion.
So how often do you get a chance to go back to the Bahamas? Because I know you're training so much and you're so focused on track and field, but how often do you get a chance to go back and see family and friends?
Not that often. So normally I go winter break, summer break. But seeing as though it's an Olympic year, I'm probably going to end up training up until Olympics. So I go home for trials for a week, then I come right back to school, compete through then.
Wow.
Then I travel.
So are you going to be competing in the upcoming Olympics?
That's the plan. I just need to qualify.
Wow. How are you feeling coming up to it? So it's 2 months away now.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited because this may be my sister's last Olympics, and I want to get on the team with her and get her to run a 4x1, because I feel like it'd be pretty iconic having a sister duo on the 4x1.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. I can't believe the Olympics are already coming up here. And actually, I'm sure you're familiar with the name Grant Holloway. He's going to be running in the Olympics as well. So it'd be awesome to see you on the track, 2 Gators. It'd be cool to see. And like you said,
it'll be a lot of Gators.
Yeah, I know 2 Gators that come to mind for me, but just those names there. But it'd be awesome to see you and your sister too, if you can pull it off. That'd be amazing. So you guys have regionals coming up here. So talk about a daily routine for you, just from start to finish, just in the morning to everything that goes on for you throughout the day, because I'm sure it's a busy day.
See, I want to say my days are pretty uneventful, simply because I wake up, I eat, go to practice, go to weights, eat, come back home, and then it's just really just resting. So and then some days I have class, but in the off season it's really just wake up, track, sleep, repeat.
Wow. That's That's so intense, and it's even crazier because, like, most people or most college students and, non-athletes, they get the opportunity to go home in the summer, like, once the classes are over, but you're still here. I mean, the semester's still going on, or, well, it's technically over, I guess, but track and field is still going on, so you're still competing and you're still prepping and getting ready. It's a total different ballgame, but I did wanna ask you, what do you think about the whole NIL process with college sports now? Because players are getting the opportunity to really present themselves out there in the media space with brand deals. So, what do you think about NIL?
Oh, I think it's a great opportunity for athletes. I know it's controversial with some people because
Yeah,
they think athletes already get paid a lot aside from deals.
yeah,
I mean, I think if people want to pay you to showcase yourself, showcase their products, do it. Now, it's a little tricky for international students because we can't work in the States.
uh,
So we don't really get access to the type of deals that Americans do.
mhm.
I know most Caribbean athletes will get the like Puma, Nike, Adidas, NIL deals, but that's the top percentage of us.
So you're not allowed to participate in any sort of American NIL deals.
Not unless I was home, but
Wow,
I have to be in the Bahamas when I post it because then technically I'm working on American soil if I
that's
do.
gotta that's gotta be tough because I'm sure you've had the opportunity for NIL deals and just with yourself on the internet and social media and TikTok, and you're not even allowed to present yourself. I really hope that they can find a barrier between that and or come to a middle ground where they're able to fix that because that's really tough. I mean, especially for you because you're a world class athlete and you don't get to present yourself on a higher level through NIL that you've wanted. Been most athletes have been wanting to their entire life, and just because you're international, you don't get the opportunity. That's tough.
Yeah, no, it really is. But I'm happy for all those
Yeah.
who are able to.
But if you do qualify for the Olympics, you'll be able to be in that space, right? As in, like, things will be like, sponsorships or partnerships, right?
Mm, I I'm not too familiar on how it works because I'm not
Mhm.
sure how we're able to get like Puma and Adidas NIL deals.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure on that. But
So almost
I
like you have to be in the Bahamas for things to ha happen, basically.
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So going back to your time at the University of Kentucky, talk a little bit about that.
I loved it there, and so like that's a whole big thing. People want to know why I left, but
Yeah.
Kentucky was really good for me. I had my sister there. The coach was Bahamian. I got along well with all of my teammates. Training was good. Loved my coach at the time. Like it was all in all a good experience, and I was really sad to have to go.
So if it's too personal for you and you don't feel like sharing, I completely understand. But what was the main reason that you did decide to leave Kentucky and transfer to Florida, University of Florida?
Oh, I don't mind discussing that. So right after nationals, there were like talks. It's like, oh, like a coach is leaving.
Hmm.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So found out that my sprint coach would be leaving, and
Ah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then that started the whole process. Like, okay, well, if he's leaving, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
What? And so as soon as I found out, hopped in the portal. Now I was a COVID recruit, never got to do visits. Like
Hmm.
I got on Zoom calls. And
Yeah.
I was like, I wanna feel that recruitment process. So I went to FSU and I did Florida. I was gonna do Georgia and Texas,
Hmm.
but it was so late and I just wanted the whole process to be done.
Yeah.
And I took my visit to Florida and I was like, you know what? I don't need to take anymore. Did FSU Florida. That was it. I'm like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah. That's so interesting. You had Texas on the table, Georgia, Florida State, and you chose the best school out of all those.
I wanted to find a school that was the perfect balance of both because I'm a
Hmm.
sprinter and a jumper.
Yeah.
And Florida is jumps you. I'm like, okay, perfect. And Holloway has produced a lot of great sprinters. I'm like,
Yes.
sounds perfect to me. The only best option after that was Texas.
Yeah. Shout out to MJ Holloway. We had him on the podcast actually last year, and he actually helped us get you on the podcast. He connected that, so big shout out to him. Appreciative for him. He was awesome to have on. So that's so cool. So your time at Kentucky, there was no bad blood there at all. It's just really, personal business decision for you because your sprinter coach left, and you decided to head to University of Florida, and you made a great decision. So that's so awesome. So this year, or currently that's not going right now. This is your first official year at Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it been like?
I'd say like it's a totally different environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I got along well with all of my teammates at Kentucky, but it just feels like the people here are so much closer. Like, and it also is better because I never really had jump training partners. Like I trained with like the guys, but now I have Claire Bryant to train with, a bunch of other freshman jumpers. And that just feels good in and of itself. I never really, I said, never really had that. Sprinting wise, I don't have any training partners in that aspect. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that was
just the fact that you're only a sophomore and what you've already accomplished is just remarkable in such a short amount of time. And fingers crossed that you do qualify for the Olympics and these regionals go well. And then after regionals, it's nationals, right?
Yeah.
So then regionals is where again?
Lexington, Kentucky.
Yes, Lexington. And then nationals would be
Oregon.
Wow. Okay. Now, would any of this be televised? Would they have this on ESPN2 or any sort of like network where you're able to?
I'm pretty sure both are gonna. Well, definitely nationals.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure regionals will also be televised.
What's even crazier too is June is nationals. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And then if all goes well and you qualify for the Olympics, it's the next month. So you don't even have really any time off. I wanted to ask you, how do you go throughout like your daily life with just like maintaining your nutrition, your health, because with injuries, like how do you maintain that level of sustainability? Because one day you're on the track and then the next day you're off, or just like how does that all work out for you?
The biggest thing is self-care, I would say, and prevention. Mm-hmm. So I do PT to just prevent injury, to help build up my strength, and I do treatment every day.
Oh, wow.
I don't miss treatment every day, and I try to get as much rest in as I can, 8 hours of sleep, and making sure I eat on time, eat well balanced diet, all of that. And so there's a lot of things that come into play when maintaining my health throughout, especially such a long season. Started in August, about to finish in August.
That's crazy. All right, so I have to ask you, what is like a guilty pleasure cheat meal for you? You got to have one.
I love brownies. Love them. And it's an addiction. So I really try not to have, because once I bake one box, I use the box Betty Crocker.
Yep, that's it.
Once I make one batch of it, it's like now I need to buy 10 more boxes. And it's really bad. I can eat an entire pan in one night. And I have to
my goodness.
Stop myself. I know.
Yeah, but you're a track and field athlete, so you burn it off so quick.
Listen. And I have a fast metabolism, so like technically, am I really eating the brownie? And I justify it in my head, and it makes sense. It's girl math.
It absolutely makes sense. I have a fast metabolism as well, and my friends are like, "How do you eat all that?" And then like I burn it off. I'm very lucky. I'm in the gym 4 or 5 times a week, so and I can definitely second that. So brownies is your guilty pleasure meal.
Yeah, I kind of have a few. And then, like, I have a ritual.
Okay.
If I don't eat a box of pizza before I compete, yes. If I don't eat a box of pizza before I compete, I don't do well. And it's scientifically proven. Like, I've done the experiment and the hypothesis, all the scientific theory. I did all those processes. And when I don't eat the pizza, I don't do good. So it has to be the pizza.
So you're telling me you eat pizza before you run? And your coaches look at you like, what?
Now the coaches of Florida don't know, but at Kentucky,
They don't know? No, they're gonna know now.
In Kentucky, I was in the like treatment room with my box of pizza. Yeah. They're like, what? I'm like, listen, it works. And they're like, you know what? We'll let you have it, because I had been competing well, doing it. So
So
and they always say, don't change your diet just because it's meat week.
Right. So living in Gainesville, what's your pizza spot?
I love Domino's. But when we travel, I get Marco's.
Okay. Have you had 5-star pizza in Gainesville? You gotta have
5-star pizza?
Yeah,
Never
isn't it
heard
called?
of it.
It's called 5-star, isn't it?
Oh, I can't tell if you're right or wrong.
I feel like it. I mean, I went to UF, so, but I feel like it definitely. It's definitely called. I know it is. If you haven't had it, let's see. Yeah, here it is. Right. Yes, it's called 5-star pizza. It's really good. It's super greasy, but I think you should check it out. Say that again.
I said, let me write that down.
Yep, 5-star pizza. I'll even show you on my iPad right now. I'll show you right up to the camera. I can show you here. Oh, jeez, we're having a rough day here. Here, I'll zoom in for you. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, if I didn't have pizza yesterday, I would have gotten it.
Yeah, 5-star pizza is really good. It's super greasy. It's really heavy. Domino's is a little bit like lighter on the grease level of, sitting in your stomach, but it is really good. It's a kind of pizza that'll put you down. Like you'll have a couple slices and you're like, I just want to sit on the couch and just watch Netflix. Yeah. Do you binge any TV shows? Do you watch any TV shows in your free time?
Yes.
Well, all right, what's your shows?
Right now, I'm binging Euphoria for the 5th time.
Oh my goodness.
Before that, binge How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
I think it's 9 seasons, all 9 seasons. Like, I think I finished in 2 months.
Yep.
Before that was Scandal.
Okay.
Before that was BoJack Horseman for the 5th time.
Oh, wow.
So those are my comfort shows.
Yep.
Because I'm on my 5th watch.
Yep.
And I can't remember what was before that.
I don't know, but Euphoria, they're trying to figure out if they're going to be renewing for another season. I don't know if they are.
I need them to.
Right?
I have a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yep.
And I need to see how all this plays out. And they can't bring me this far.
Yeah.
And then leave me hanging.
Right? And you've watched it 5 times already?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Listen, I can quote. It will be on. I will quote everything they say.
So that's got to be your favorite TV show then?
And see, funny enough, it's not. Not my favorite.
Favorite TV show of all time?
BoJack Horseman.
I've never heard of it. I don't even know what it is. No, I don't even know what that is. What is it on?
It's on. It's on Netflix.
Oh wait,
it's an adult cartoon. It's more like, it's kind of like Rick and Morty, not the same premise, but they're both adult cartoons.
It's called BoJack
Horseman.
Oh, it's that horse show on Netflix, the cartoon. Yes. Oh, okay. I don't know about it, but I've seen yes.
It's so good.
Yeah. So your comfort show is Euphoria. Would you consider that a comfort show?
It's one of, yeah.
Okay. I would say for me, I would have to go with probably like Gossip Girl.
Oh, I love Gossip Girl.
Yeah. So that's I wasn't really a big fan of the reboot, but the original one. I
haven't seen it, and
they canceled it after 2 seasons. But the original Gossip Girl, the bomb.
See, once I'm in love with the original, I can't watch the remake. Like, I love the Vampire Diaries. Can't watch Legacies and what's the other? I think there's 2.
Oh yeah, there is another one. I can't think of the name of it.
Can't watch it.
Yeah, I can't either. I binged Vampire Diaries all the way throughout a couple years ago. That one's really Vampire Diaries and Gossip Girl for me. Those are classics though. And then you got Friends too. Have you ever watched Friends?
I've only ever seen it when it comes on TV out of order. I've never sat down and watched it.
Have you watched The Office?
I want to.
Okay, I just started The Office a few days ago or about a week ago now. It's hilarious.
And I've only seen snippets, and that's why I want to watch it.
It's so funny. It's the first season came out in 2005. They ended up with 9 seasons, but this show is hilarious.
Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Heard of it though.
You need to watch it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What's it about?
It's these cops, and it's a comedy, kind of like Friends and The Office.
Okay.
I think it's more similar to The Office. And it's so funny.
Yeah. Do you watch any reality TV? No.
I'm not a fan of reality TV shows
Okay.
simply because I can't believe that this is not fake. Now I'll watch Love Is Blind.
That's reality TV.
I know. Those are the Love Is Blind and Perfect Match are the
Okay.
only two I'll watch.
So did you watch the recent season of Love Is Blind? I'm sure you did then.
I've seen a few episodes and the character I'm calling them characters. Those
They
people are
Yeah.
so insufferable. Like I like literally can't get through it because no way you act like this in real life.
Right? I still can't. My thing about Love Is Blind too is they are in pods. They don't even know what they look like, and then they have to fall in love. Love is blind. Like when you think about it, the dynamic and the concept is actually insane. You don't even know what this person looks like.
You're saying I love you after a week. That's not
right.
That's not realistic.
And then they get it, and then most of them get into the real world, and then it just completely blows up. Now, not all of them, but most of them.
Because love is not blind. I'm
right.
saying
In this show, it is. I like the. Have you ever watched Too Hot to Handle? That's a funny one.
And that's another show I cannot watch because are you telling me you lack that much self-control? Put me on the show I'm winning. Put me on the show I'm winning.
It's crazy. Like the amount of stuff that they break all the rules, and then at the end, like they're like now everything is like they're healed because they can't like control themselves with their sex drive. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
No sense at all.
No, it makes no sense at all. That's why you wonder.
Because there's no way y'all are that bad.
There's no way. But then there are some people out there that are really that bad. So I can definitely get behind it. All right, last one I do watch. I watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
I've heard of people that watch it, never seen it.
It's good. Now some people even say that's scripted, but it's not. But this past season was really good. This one was The Bachelor. But yeah, you definitely got to check that one out. Okay. Yeah, there's so many reality TV shows out there. I feel like every day they're coming out with a new show.
Yeah. The one I love. It's The Ultimatum. I like that.
That's on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Is that what The Ultimatum? What's that about again? I've heard of it.
It's these couples, like they've been dating for probably like 10 years or something.
Yes.
One person wants to get married, the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
They go on the show and then they split up and date other people. If we have to do all this for you to propose to me, I don't want it. But it's such a good watch. And I genuinely believe that isn't scripted.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I know it's on Netflix because I've seen like the highlights for it and stuff. I think what's his name? Nick Lachey. I think he's like the main producer of it, or he's like the host of the show. I think so. Anyways, yeah, like I said, there's so many reality TV shows. The last part I'll say about this though, this isn't. I guess I wouldn't consider these reality TV shows. I love the teen drama shows, like All American on TV, like Riverdale when that was out for a while. There's another good one. This is like teen love drama. It's called The Summer I Turned Pretty. Have you heard of that show?
I have heard of it.
Yes.
I'm the type of person, if a show is really hyped up right now, I won't watch it right now. I'll wait a bit, let it fizzle out, and then I'll go and see it.
I keep saying last one, but have you seen Outer Banks?
Love it.
Okay, yeah. So that's another like teen drama, but that's I feel like a global show. Like everybody watches that when it comes out. I mean, the cast is great, and then the dynamic of the show is even better.
But see, a lot of people from back home watched it because they said they were in the Bahamas, and then you watch it and it's not even close. It's actually Barbados, and looks nothing like it. So they're referring to all of our landmarks and street names, and they're in grass fields and. We have roads. We have roads at home, and everybody lives in huts, and they drive like golf carts. It's not how we live, and it's the funniest thing hearing them do a Bahamian accent too.
Well, you definitely have an accent just from because you're from there. But when you watch the show, and like you said, they also don't even film in the Bahamas. Like you said, Barbados. They film a lot in South Carolina, like Outer Banks. Like they do film a lot over there. So. It's not really in the Bahamas, but it is a really good show, and I'm pretty sure season 4 is coming out in September. I think something like that. They're doing, yeah. All right, one more. I'm done with one more. That's it. No more. Have you seen Emily in Paris?
No.
Okay, I don't know. Do you like fall in love type shows, like where the guy falls in love with the girl?
I love my favorite genre. Drastically different. Favorite genres of movies and shows. I
Rom-com.
love romance, and I love not rom-coms. I hate
Oh.
comedies, but like
Oh.
I also like them sometimes. It's a gray area, but love
All right.
romance, love psychological thrillers.
Psychological thriller, like you're talking like Inception
Yeah, like have you
and
seen
Shutter Island.
Fractured?
Have you seen what?
Sure. Fractured?
Mm-mm.
You need to watch it. I kind of want to spoil it, but
No, I
it's
don't. What's it
and
about? Just give me like a brief synopsis.
I'll tell you like the first like 5 minutes. So this
Okay.
dude, he's on like, I don't know if there's a road trip or they're just traveling somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and they stop like at a gas station, and his wife and kid fall off the ledge, rushes them to the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and the hospital after he gets there, he leaves, comes back. Hospital says we have no record of these people ever coming in.
Fractured. I'm looking it up. Oh, here it is. Came out in 2019. Oh, it's on Netflix. It's a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. After his wife and injured daughter disappear from the emergency room, a man becomes convinced the hospital is hiding something. Ah, okay. This looks really good.
It is.
Wow. Okay.
Love that one. Oh, the show Behind Her Eyes. I think that's the.
You're gonna have to send me all these.
Okay.
The show Behind Her Eyes. Oh, here it is. The show Behind Her Eyes.
Oh, it's not called the show. It's just behind.
Or sorry, Behind Her Eyes. Here it is. Okay. A single mother enters a world of twisted mind games when she begins an affair with her psychiatrist boss while secretly befriending his mysterious wife. Okay, yes, I can get behind these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the kind of like the thriller murder type movies.
Like the plot twist, they really have you thinking. Love those.
Yes, there's so many of those. But so that's your favorite. But I do like, I think my favorite has to be rom-com. I know you like romance, but I love the rom-com aspect of it. The cheesy part, the guy falls in love with the girl.
No,
but that's
what the romance part of it. But
the
I want
comedy part.
I want to cry. If you're trying to make me laugh, I can't cry.
Right. That is true. Yeah, I can get behind that. But just the romance part of it, like the guy falls for the girl, or like, but you expect what's to happen. Like, oh, it's coming. Like you're like, oh, he's coming up. He's gonna knock on the door, or like, oh, he's gonna run through the rain. Like, oh, like it's so expected.
Yeah, but have you seen Me Before You?
Me Before You. What's that?
This girl, she's hired to take care of this paraplegic. That's when they're quadriplegic.
Oh, it's Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
What? You got it. It's one of the greatest TV shows ever. Like, yes, you have to watch Game of Thrones.
See, I have a lot of things that have people look at me sideways. Never seen Game of Thrones. Never watched a singular Marvel movie. And what is Black Panther? Is Black Panther Marvel?
Yes.
I've only ever seen Black Panther. Never watched Harry Potter. Never read the books either.
What? Never seen Harry Potter. You've never watched Game of Thrones. I can understand Game of Thrones, but Harry Potter, absolute classic. Game of Thrones, though, is actually a classic too. It's one of the best TV shows of all time.
Okay.
And then they're coming, or they already came out with it. The season 2 of the sequel of like the spinoff comes out. What, next month? It's House of Dragon. So yeah, you might have some catching up to do.
I've seen that on my Twitter feed before.
Yes, but Game of Thrones is one of the best shows of all time, just like from start to finish. Like, and it's so cool because they actually filmed like in those locations, and like the scenery, like with the castles and the landscape, and like they filmed in Europe. I think, yeah, it was all in Europe. Jon Snow, oh my gosh, it was, yeah, you have to watch it. Now I'm going to go down a Game of Thrones rabbit hole because like it is one of the best shows of all time. The introduction to Game of Thrones, it's like the beginning of the show when they do they cut to the intro. Amazing. You get to see the map of the game, like the Game of Thrones. It's so cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to check that. You'll have to check Game of Thrones out. There's what? How many seasons is there? 8?
Is it like, I know you said the sequel? It's finished. They're done recording.
Yeah, they're done. There are. Yes. Oh my gosh, I got it correct. 8 seasons. Wow. That's because I'm a super fan. No, I'm not a super fan. I'm not as super fan as some other people, but it is an amazing show. Didn't think we'd go down a TV show rabbit hole, but hey, here we are, right?
Really passionate about a lot of shows.
Yeah, I know. So TV shows, movies. So that's basically what you like to do in your free time is just kind of just chill out and binge.
Absolutely.
I can get behind that. So living in Gainesville, now that you're in Gainesville, you've been there for the past year. What's like your go-to food spot if it's not pizza?
My other guilty pleasure is I love seafood boils.
Okay.
Crab legs, you get the shrimp,
All
sausage,
right.
potatoes, corn, all that going on. Love it. And Grace is just as bad as me. Grace Stark. She'll text me be like, "So, you getting seafood today?" We already went Monday, and and we were at practice today. She's like, "You know what? Kind of craving some seafood." And we will go twice, 3 times a week.
Oh my gosh.
It's really bad.
I like how you said. Did you say? Oh my light died. Did you say your friend's name was Grace Stark?
Yeah, the hurdler.
I said no. It's so funny. We're talking about Stark because Game of Thrones. The main family is the Stark family. Is it STARK?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so funny because the main family in Game of Thrones is Stark. I'm gonna open my blinds because my light died. So yeah, there we go. Anyways, that's too funny though. But yeah, we definitely went down a TV show rabbit hole. So being from the Bahamas, since we're sticking on food, what's like a go-to Is it, how do I say it?
Bohemian.
Bohemian. There it is. Bohemian. There we go. Bohemian type dish. Did I botch it?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Bohemian.
Bohemian.
I said Bohemian. My bad. Bohemian. Give me a Bohemian Bahamas dish.
Okay. I love grouper fingers, peas and rice, coleslaw, or plantain. Well, this one isn't Bahamian, but curry. Love curry.
Yes,
they got
really
conch
good.
fritters, conch salad. I just love Bahamian food. Love. If there was an authentic Bahamian restaurant here, I promise you, I wouldn't even have to go home. I would just eat there all the time.
Do you cook at all? No, it doesn't seem. Yeah, no.
I cook for survival.
What is that kind of food? Or what kind of food are you talking about survival wise?
The easiest thing to make. So salmon is really easy. You really can't mess it up. I put the same seasonings on everything. I'll put Old Bay and Creole seasoning on some salmon and put it in the oven. Chicken, same thing. Shrimp, same thing.
So you only bake. You don't fry it, or you don't put it in the pan.
It's a lot of work.
What about the air fryer? That's a clutch. That's an essential.
I have an air fryer on the way, and so once I get that, that's what I'll be doing.
Oh my gosh, air fryers have saved my life. When I just throw the broccoli in there, I throw the chicken, I throw everything in the air fryer, the potatoes, everything.
Yeah, and I have a rice cooker, and the rice cooker can steam vegetables.
Same.
So I will literally only eat for survival: rice, vegetable, meat.
That's healthy though too. That's a good little that's a very good balanced diet. And then you mix the brownies in there as well.
Right. So I feel like that's pretty fair.
But no, the having an air fryer is, and there's so many TikTok recipes out there too that you can just go and you're like, how did that person even think of that? Like what?
See, I hate cooking simply because if the process is too long, I don't know what it is, I won't be hungry anymore. I'll cook an entire meal and I'm just not hungry.
Do you snack out at all? Like, do you like snacks?
See, I do like snacks, but I grocery shop when I am not hungry and in a healthy mood. Okay. So I'll get home, then I'll be hungry and I have no snacks.
Okay. So like, what's your go-to snack? You gotta have one.
I like the Tostitos chips and nacho dip. So I'll do that. I don't really snack like that, thinking about it. I like gems.
Okay. Well, I'd say, that's part of it.
So I don't really snack.
All right. Rank these. Give me your top 5 cereals.
There's only one, Frosted Flakes.
That's you.
One. That's the only cereal I eat.
Lucky Charms?
No, absolutely not.
Captain Crunch Berries?
Absolutely not.
Fruit Loops?
Mm-mm.
It's only Frosted Flakes. That's it. Frosted Flakes is really good. No Lucky Charms. No Captain Crunch.
And I don't buy those things because if I get Lucky Charms, I'm just gonna eat the marshmallows out of it.
So you don't even like Lucky Charms then?
No. Fruit Loops, goodness. I can only eat them dry, and I would never finish the box.
Do you put your cereal do you pour your milk before you put your cereal in, or do you put?
Not cereal than milk.
Some people do.
That's a serial killer trait.
Yeah, it is. That's Ted Bundy vibes.
Oh, 100%.
Speaking of Ted Bundy, have you seen did you ever watch the movie, the Ted Bundy movie with Zac Efron?
I haven't, but I've seen the Jeffrey Dahmer ones.
Okay, that Evan Peters, he plays a hell of a role. That is really freaky.
No, he's an amazing actress.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's an American Horror Story.
Yeah, he
love American Horror Story.
Okay, I've never seen it, but I know what it is. Yeah, I've never seen it. I know. There's a lot of seasons I've heard. What's it even about? Oh my gosh, we're talking about TV shows again.
Each season is different. Well, now that we're on here, after American Horror Story, Black Mirror.
I've heard of that. There's like, it's on Netflix. So yes.
Good.
But every episode is different. Like there's no sequel, right?
What makes it so good.
Okay, speaking of movies on Netflix, the movie that came out, Leave the World Behind. Okay, all right. Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke.
Like, I don't get it. No. Y'all wasn't watching it. I love it.
Okay, the ending though, like when they find the bunker.
Listen.
Oh my gosh, that movie was. I was just on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Right, like this is like it was actually interesting.
Yes, it was. I feel like you have to be fully engulfed into that movie. Like you can't be on your phone. You can't be like, your mind can't be going in all these different directions. Like you have to solely focus on what is going on during the movie. Like you can't.
I love it because I'm a conspiracy theory girly.
All right, give me a conspiracy theorist that you have.
Oh, I love the Mandela effects.
Okay.
Like the Berenstain Bears and the all of those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Love those ones. I don't know how to say one without seeming like a total like nut job.
Because say it. I mean,
far fetched. I know the ones where it's like they're like poisoning us with what is it when the planes? What is it called? It's not crop dusting because I know what crop dusting is. When the planes emit the little gas.
Oh, CO2? No.
The thing that come out the plane.
Oh.
Whatever they call that.
Emission? No.
Probably something along there.
Let's look it up. What is it?
Then they actually admitted to doing that. So,
what comes out of planes?
Yeah, let me look it
up. Planes emit a variety of gases including CO2, sulfur dioxide, unburned fuel, metal particles, and oxides of nitrogen. The water vapor in the exhaust. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Anyways, but I see. I get what you're saying.
Chemtrails. That's what they're called.
What is it called?
Chemtrails.
Chemtrails. Okay. Chemtrails conspiracy theory. Well, there's also another conspiracy theory out there with Hollywood that some celebrities drink the adrenochrome.
I believe in the Illuminati. Student me. But I don't think it's like they get in robes and they get together. I just think it's a group of elitists
do too.
That work together to stay in power, to stay on.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't like my belief in some conspiracy theories is just surface level. Like I don't think it's as deep, but I think it's not far-fetched to believe that these elite celebrities aren't in a clique.
I mean, I don't think it's far-fetched. I mean, they have so much money and so much power. Like there's definitely stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you wonder and you're like,
absolutely. Really? That like the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing.
That is really, really sketchy.
How do you explain that?
Or just the Diddy thing.
Or my favorite one right now is the Boeing planes and the blower ends up dead. Every single one. I think it was like 2 or 3 of them. But there's so many. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even because I guess you consider this conspiracy, but the Diddy stuff. I mean, just that in general. It's like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes with these celebrities. Like
money talks.
Right.
And I feel like they're all connected.
Absolutely.
Well, the Epstein thing, just the whole Ghislaine Maxwell, all about her. That was Epstein's. She was with Epstein, and there's connections to other people that were involved, but people won't talk. Like, imagine if people like spilled.
And that's why I like on y'all deathbed. I hope these people on their deathbed, it's just like, hey, this is actually what this was about.
I wish I wish OJ Simpson would have just said he did it.
Like, you're about to die. It's okay.
Everybody knows that he did it.
There's nothing they can do to you right now. I mean,
Right.
like, you're gonna die anyway. So just admit it.
Well, just
I love true crime.
So yeah, that's another one too. Yeah, I watched the on Netflix about a month ago? Lover Stalker Killer. Did you watch that?
I haven't seen it.
Ooh, that was, oh my gosh. There are some crazy people out there. And it's the short documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch the OJ Simpson stuff, like Making America? It's like, I forget what it was called. There's Made in America, then there's the OJ Simpson documentary, then they had the 30 for 30 on him.
I haven't seen it.
What
I did really like was like the case of John Benet Ramsey. I love that one.
I don't know what that one is.
So this little girl, her and her family were traveling somewhere. Mm-hmm. The parents, no. I'm thinking somebody else. That's Madeleine McCann. John Benet Ramsey was like Christmas Day or whatever, and they woke up to a ransom letter, and they was just like, hey, we want X amount for your daughter, da da da. But it was like the ransom note, it favors the mother's handwriting, and it didn't make any sense because then they say they find her body. Like, it was just a lot of like holes in the stories, and then they didn't call the police at first, and so some people think the son did it and that the parents covered up for the son. Some people think the father did it because like she was a pageant girl, so they think like he was doing some inappropriate stuff to her. It was a lot. Madeleine McCann was when the parents left her in the hotel by herself, and then she got abducted. So we don't know if she's dead, but we know John Benet Ramsey is dead. We just don't know who did it. I
feel like you should be a detective.
I'm saying, I feel like I could have figured it out. Like, they should have just really called me.
I feel like
them true crime games. I forgot what they're called. Where you, like, it's fiction, but you're trying to solve this murder, and I always get it.
So, I'm like, do you like? So then you have to like the board game Clue.
I've never played it. But I don't remember what the other one is called.
The board game Clue is fun because that's very like crime, mischievous. Like Miss Scarlet was in the ballroom with the pipe, and was Colonel Mustard there. Like the game of Clue is just an absolute classic. I think they probably even have it on the iPhone these days or the iPad.
This is the one I played. Unsolved Cases.
Okay.
Case files. And listen, it was one time I was playing with a group of people, and I was the only one locked in. And I'm just like, wait a minute. They said the person that hit her across the head was left-handed. This dude claimed he was right-handed, but this is a picture of them playing baseball and the bat in the other hand. I was like, I cracked it.
So this is very similar like Clue.
Probably have never played Clue.
You gotta play Clue. That's a classic there. Do you like any sort of like trivia games? Are you into like trivia, or are you just more into like the whole? Yeah.
I like trivia.
Have you heard of the game Mind the Gap?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I saw it on TikTok, and I've been meaning to play it with my friends for like the longest time. I've been texting them, and I'm like, we bought it a couple weeks ago at Target. I'm like, we have to play this game. I was talking to them earlier on the phone. I'm like, we have to play Mind the Gap. We've been trying to play it for a couple weeks. It's you have to play it with like teams basically, and like it's trivia, but it starts in like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. It goes all the way up until now, but it's like a pretty popular game right now. And I'm just like, guys, we bought it, like we have to play it. I'm like antsy and like itching to play it. It's like you're wanting to crack the case for the true crime. It's like, guys, I really want to play this game. Can we just play it and get it over with? So, but yeah, so you're definitely into true crime. It's so funny and interesting at the same time. So maybe in your next life you'll be a detective.
I was so close to getting my degree in forensic psychology.
Really?
So close.
What are you majoring in now?
Economics.
Ah, okay.
Not the same thing, but I did
totally
take a
different
forensic psychology class as a elective.
Have you've taken one, or you're going to?
I took one in the summer.
And you liked it?
Mm-hmm.
It was so interesting. I took psychology. I took psychology in high school, and I took sociology in college. Wow, great! Two insane courses. Yeah. Psychology. There was a time where we were in class and we were watching a video, and like how they put the monkeys in the room with the babies and like just how their brain operated compared to the baby. Like it was just so, you took psychology, so you probably
Yeah.
get that reference. The Freudian slip, that's another part of it too there. Interesting. I don't know why we're talking about school, but you know, we're talking about just education in itself. So, but going back to the track, just being on the track itself, have you ever suffered any injuries?
No major ones, knocking on wood.
Yeah, knock on
I've
wood.
only ever had like minor things. Like right now, I have tendonitis.
Oh.
For that, I just used to have like slight pains. So never anything that I had to sit out for.
What has been your hardest training workout session?
Definitely something in the off season. I want to say 90-second runs or dead mills.
Okay, what are dead mills?
Dead mills, and it doesn't sound that bad. So you're on a treadmill and you sprint hard for 15 seconds.
Okay.
And then you have like 2-3 minutes rest, and you do that for like 6 more times, so 7 in total. And it doesn't sound bad because originally when they told me about it, I'm like, running on a treadmill for 15 seconds can't be that bad.
No.
It is absolutely that bad.
How fast are you going?
I think I don't quite remember. I think the guys get up to like 15.
15, yeah.
I think like on the fast and like 15. I think I went like 8. The women were going like 10. Me, I'm gonna pace myself.
Okay, for 15 seconds. So you're just running for 15. That's it?
Yeah, but listen, it doesn't sound that bad. And I said the same thing. 15 seconds. That's it. It is absolutely that bad.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Humble brag. I run on the treadmill just a couple times a week. I do a mile. I do go 6-7 miles an hour.
It's also resistance because we're like hooked up to something behind us.
Yeah, that's true. And you probably have other stuff on top of dead mills too.
No, that's all we did that day.
Really?
Listen, it doesn't sound that bad, but it is.
Really?
It is that bad. Some people didn't finish. Like, the workout's bad because 2 of the dudes were lay out on the bathroom floor. The bathroom floor. You know how tired you have to be to lay on the floor of
yeah, 100%.
It's that bad. And like,
oh my gosh,
for your life. Now, obviously, if you don't run, like I didn't run as fast as I was supposed to. So yes, I was tired, but not that bad.
Yeah.
When you're running full sprint, especially in the fall when you're not conditioned to be running full sprint, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, absolutely. I guess I just have to throw myself under the bus here. I got to tell you this one. Was it 2 days ago? I was at the gym and I finished my workout and I got on the treadmill and I was running. I was pacing myself. I was doing like 6 to 7 to 8, and I was doing 10 minutes for a mile, and just doing that. And then I finished, and I was just drenched in sweat because, like, when you're running like that, you know how it is. Super hot in the gym. And I get off, and I click stop. At least I thought I clicked stop, and I got off the treadmill. Oh, okay, I'm good. I went to spray the machine down. I got back on the treadmill, stood there like this, 2 feet on. The treadmill was still on, going 10 miles an hour, and I flew off of it. Yeah. My friends some people there were around us, like around me, and they were like, "Are you good?" I was like, "I'm good. I'm good."
No, because that's embarrassing. I would have to like leave.
My ass was killing me. I was like, "Oh my, I'm still sore today. I'm getting better," but I was just like, "Are you like why?" I thought I turned it off. So I gave myself a Taylor Swift reference. I said, I just had to shake it off.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I just got to shake it off because if I don't, I'm just going to keep thinking about it. And it was not fun. So terrible experience. So that was my relation to your treadmill story there, because when you said 15 seconds, but when you think about it, it's probably a pain in the rear.
Especially 2 minutes rest and you back on it again. Like there's a point in time where I'm literally struggling just to take the belt off because, like I said, we're hooked up. I'm trying to take the belt off and I'm fighting for my life.
Oh, okay. So this isn't just being on the treadmill, like just freely. You're hooked up to stuff. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's got to be. Yeah, your body's all tied into what's machines and bands and no. Mm-mm. So that's why it makes it harder. But hey, you finish that 15 seconds and you're thinking about it, or not even when you're on the treadmill, you're thinking about the brownies.
Yeah. I guess you do it is I'm just like, you know what? I start to girl math it. I'm like, the first 2 don't even count for real because you're not that tired. So really, we only have 4, and the last one is just like you're just doing it, like you're just doing the last one.
Yeah.
So really, we only have 3.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this: what event other than your own do you think is the hardest in track and field?
I don't think my event is the hardest.
What do you think the hardest track and field event is?
Gotta be the 4 hurdles, because not only am I running 400 meters, I'm also jumping over something.
Yes, I think hurdles are really hard. I
then
did those in high school.
Steeplechase, because I am running for that long, and then you want me to jump over something again?
Yeah.
Into water?
Right?
Absolutely not.
And you're going at full speed against other people too. And yeah.
And all us trying to jump over this one beam at the same time.
Do you do hurdles too?
In high school.
In high school you did. Okay.
Not in college. I keep telling them, if y'all need a hurdler, I got y'all. Told me no.
So, not your thing?
I want it to be my thing. I used to do like every event in high school. So I just want to do everything now, and I realize I can't. And
so you went to high school in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So what was the track scene over there like in high school?
I'd say it was pretty big because everybody wanted to do track. Whether you were good or not, everybody wanted to do track. And we had this like high school track meet. I guess it's like similar to state for you guys, except it's like almost every school in Nassau specifically. And that was a really big thing. People used to take off of school to come and watch it. Really competitive.
So this season, you were the SEC player of the week, right?
Field athlete of the week.
How what was like that? What was that like for you? Like, what was going through your mind? Like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. Like, what were you feeling?
No, I was really excited for it because last year I got freshman of the week and co-field athlete of the week.
Wow.
And I was like, I cannot go through this entire season without getting it at least once.
That was at Kentucky.
Yeah.
And you got SEC player of the week for your respective high jump, right?
Long jump.
So you do so you're in the sand then. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's gotta burn the ankles.
Oh yeah, and then like you just have sand everywhere. It's not a pleasant feeling. And at the last track meet, we didn't even start the competition yet. I did a practice jump. Sand was everywhere. Like it looked like I just face planted into the sand. That's what it looked like. We hadn't even started competition yet.
How long are your guys' track meets? Because I know in high school when we were it was all day.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much all. Well, I think it really depends because the field events that normally go on earlier in the day. Track at SECs went on from 6 p.m. to 9. So it really depends on the date and the meet because it could be all day and it really could just be a few hours.
Now, during season, do you guys travel by plane a lot or do you guys, mainly?
We charter a flight. We don't really, last year they said they drove to Clemson. This year we only flew.
So usually you guys fly a lot then. That makes sense, yeah. Well, especially with all the other, so when you guys travel, now are you traveling to, like, let's just say Kentucky or just like South Carolina, like for the meets there and like all the schools meet there, or like how does that work out? So like for example, like in basketball, like Florida will play Kentucky. Like is it just you against Kentucky, Florida against Kentucky? No.
So like Tom Jones, well, we were home.
Yeah.
So we had like Auburn,
yeah,
Kentucky, South Carolina.
That's what I figured, yeah.
So there's a bunch of schools, and there'll be multiple meets going on that weekend. So some schools will come to our meet, some schools will go to a different one.
Gotcha. So you'll even have meets on the weekends too, then.
Yeah.
So it's all throughout so it could be during the week. Oh my gosh, wow! So your schedule
must be during the week. Now, really, only championships like are during the week. So regional starts Wednesday, but typically, like in season, will just be Saturday. Some meets are Saturday, some meets are Friday, Saturday.
So this Wednesday, you'll be in Kentucky. You'll be traveling to Kentucky.
Yeah, we leave Monday.
So you leave Monday. Gotcha. So, do you think you'll have any pre-game or pre-race jitters because you're going back to Kentucky?
I try to not like think too much. 'Cause I have really bad pre-race anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I just try not to think about competing. Like the night before competition, I am up, can't fall asleep because I'm just thinking so much about how I want to execute the race, how I want to execute the jump.
Yeah.
I just really try not to think.
So you guys leave Monday and you guys will be Wednesday. So Wednesday's the big show. So you got to be excited.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm literally training all season for it.
Yeah. So this is a big deal for you. And you're only in your sophomore year too, which is even crazier. And so if you do well in regionals, then you'll go to states and then, or nationals, excuse me. And then nationals, if you do well in nationals, then that's it, right?
Yeah. So
and
then after nationals, collegiate season is done.
Yep.
So some people, their season is done there. I want to go to Olympics.
Right.
So I'll still continue to train after that.
How confident are you if you do well in regionals and nationals that you will make the Olympics or qualify?
Yeah, I'm very confident. The only issue right now is putting together the right jump at the right time. Because I'll have an amazing run, but I'll scratch. Or I'll have an amazing like technical landing, but the run just wasn't there. So if I put all the best parts together, I don't see why I wouldn't.
Wow. And like I said, the turnaround is crazy because you have regionals this week. Then right after you have nationals, and then after that, if everything goes well, you have the Olympics. Like that turnaround right there is just insane. It's really hard to even put it into perspective because you don't really get a chance to rest.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have like a slight break because nationals is beginning of June.
Right.
Trials at the end of June. Probably travel for the Olympics like a week ahead of time.
And so you get a couple weeks?
Yeah, like maybe like two.
Yeah, see, that's not a lot. It goes by quick. So if all goes well for you with this, will you take that little break off, or will you continue to?
No, it's still training. Probably some competitions in there too, because going that long without competing.
Yeah. So do you run every single day?
No. We right now, since we're in we're like deloading, tapering. We train 3 days a week.
Okay.
Well, actually, we had Monday off, Wednesday off, Friday off. How many times did we train this week? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
So
and then we do like Saturday, Sunday.
So you had a workout today?
Yeah.
Okay. And
it wasn't that bad. Like right now, our workouts aren't that bad.
And then you have one tomorrow too. Now, do they range from all different times throughout the day, or is it set same time every day?
The different event groups go at different times. So the women sprinters, like today, we went at 11:30. The male sprinters went 12:30. Jumpers went probably 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Like, so we're like, we'll be there at the same time, but we're all on different stages of our workout.
Yeah. I have to ask you, who is your favorite athlete of all time?
Probably my sister.
Wow, that's so awesome.
If you ask me who I look up to, would be my sister. Don't tell her I said that. You know what? Matter of fact, edit this out.
Why?
I can't swallow up her head.
Oh yeah, you guys are really close, you and your sister?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I consider her my best friend.
Wow, so you guys talk like all the time then? Is she into true crime like you?
We don't really talk true crime, but we love to sit down and like discuss controversial opinions and all those things. I'm not too sure she's a true crime.
I saw in your Instagram bio, yeah, she holds a world record. Is that correct?
The 60-meter hurdles indoors.
Wow. So she'll be in the, oh my gosh, yeah. So she'll be in the upcoming Olympics. And she'll be running for the Bahamas. Now, did she go to college too, or?
She went to Purdue.
Okay. Oh wow. So Big Ten. Does Purdue have a really good track and field program too?
I'm not too sure what it's like now, but during her time, I also was not too young to understand, but I've never really been an avid track watcher. I watched her race.
Yeah.
And that's it. But I want to say they were pretty good. I don't know if I'm biased, but I'm pretty sure they were pretty good.
How much older is she than you?
7.5.
Oh wow. So are you 20?
Yes.
So she's 27.
Yeah, She just turned 28, so then I'm turning 21.
Oh wow, the big 21.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get to have a legal drink.
See, and the problem with that is I make Olympics. It's gonna be my birthday is during Olympics.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, you won't be able to do that. So the fun will be have to. Yeah. Hey, but hey, it's worth the wait.
It is.
What's the age drinking limit in the Bahamas?
They're on paper it's 18, but
18.
they don't care. As long as you don't literally look like a child, they don't care.
Oh, geez. So it means a lot different than here, where you have to be 21.
Oh yeah, I got ID'd for the first time in the States. Like,
oh, I get ID'd everywhere I go.
Back at home,
and I'm 25.
Back home, I didn't even have an ID. Our IDs are our driver's license, and you can't get that until you're 17.
Okay.
So we didn't really have or need IDs for anything except travel.
You have to be it's 16 here. Yeah, so it's 16 here. You get your permit at 15 here. So I mean, like, it's 17 in the Bahamas, you said?
We got our permit at 17.
Oh, wow.
You can get your license anytime after you have your permit.
Okay.
But you can't get your permit until 17.
Gotcha. And what part of the Bahamas are you from again?
Nassau.
Oh, okay. That's like the main area.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nassau and Atlantis, right?
Now, Atlantis is it's like technically a different island. They're joined by a bridge.
Okay.
Atlantis is on Paradise Island.
Okay. So you're from Nassau. Nassau's a big area, though.
It's actually like one of the smallest islands.
Really?
Yeah. So like on a map, you can barely see it. I think the biggest island is maybe Andros.
I've been to the Bahamas a few times.
Yeah. So this is like the Bahamas. That's that big island is Andros. That little dot right there is Nassau.
Okay. Yeah, it's really small then. Do you guys get crazy weather then too?
All the outer islands do, and so I'm pretty sure that's why they chose Nassau to be the capital, because it's protected by all those islands. So when we have major hurricanes, they hit those first, and we always end up getting like a lesser storm. Like, it's never really that bad for us.
Yeah. So your favorite athlete of all time is your sister. That is so cool. I love that. Who is your? Oh, so I was going to ask you who your favorite track and field athlete is of all time, but I would think you would say your sister. Yeah. So, well, officially, before we wrap up, I always give my guest 5 questions to end the show, always. So my first question for you is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I hope to be an Olympian. And the next Olympics will be after that. So yeah, an Olympic medalist.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really think that far into the future, but like definitely those 2 things.
Yeah.
I want to have a kid somewhere in there, so I'll be a mother.
Yeah, that's another good one.
It's really all I look forward to right now.
What motivates you?
I like to think about like little me and how proud of me she would be if she could see what I was doing right now. That motivates me. And just knowing that there are people out there that look up to me, because I'll get messages like from time to time, high schoolers that they're just like, oh, like, I love you. Da, 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 da. Yeah. And that really motivates me, because I didn't think people actually watched me.
Right? Yeah, you don't think about it, and then you see, you're like, wow. Like, and it's, if all goes well in regionals and nationals, you'll be in the Olympics, and more people even be like looking up to you and you'll be on the big screen, Oh, it's definitely a big step. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I really want to go to like the Maldives.
Okay.
Greece is also really nice. I think those are my top 2.
Mamma Mia, Greece.
I've actually never seen the movie.
That's a dance type love type movie. What kind of advice do you have for future track and field athletes?
I'd say like just do it because you love it, because it's a really difficult sport. So make sure you have all your heart and love in the game. Trust your coaches. They know best most of the times. And just because it's hard, well, let me rephrase that. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So it's going to be hard. It's never going to be easy. And just stick with it.
What's your morning routine?
Right now, I just shower, eat, and go to practice. On an ideal day, like if I could get out of bed, I'd get up, make bed, get some coffee, read a little bit, but I only get up for practice.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Love coffee. Actually, have coffee sitting over there.
What's your go-to coffee order?
Iced caramel macchiato.
Starbucks?
Mm-hmm.
So you're Starbucks, not Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts is too iffy for me because it could either be amazing or it tastes like they put 10 pounds of sugar in it. Like,
Bingo.
there's no in between.
No in between.
No.
Starbucks is more expensive, though, than Dunkin' Donuts.
Listen, I know, but they're more reliable in terms of making my drink properly.
So you don't make your own cup of coffee, then?
I could never get it to taste right.
Really? So iced caramel macchiato, but that's like all. I mean, that's coffee, but that more tastes like that's like flavored.
Yeah. Now I'm not a straight black coffee person. Like I like the
I
taste,
got
but I
friends
also
that
want
drink
it to be
straight
a
black
little
coffee.
sweet.
I
so
can't.
You do or don't?
I don't. I do 2 creams, 2 sugars, or 3
And
creams, 3
gets
sugars.
Black coffee, no sugar, just straight coffee.
You said your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I can't. It's gross.
It is. I'm not grown enough for that.
No, I can't. I just I can't do black coffee. I'll do, like I said, the 2 creams, 2 sugars. Up in New England area, like in the Boston area, Dunkin' Donuts is like an essential up there. They do 6 creams, 6 sugars.
Oh.
Extra. That's why you say like the 10 pounds of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the coffee does taste better up there because Dunkin' Donuts is from up there. So, but yeah. So you're Starbucks over Dunkin' Donuts. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think that does it for us. I mean, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. I had a lot of fun. We got a chance to talk about some TV shows. I didn't think we'd talk about all those TV shows and the true crime stuff, but it was also great to hear about your track journey and where you started and what life was like in the Bahamas for you as a young athlete, and then transferring from Kentucky to Florida now and finding your home and finding your passion and where you truly belong. And you got regionals upcoming, and then if all goes well, then you got nationals, and then fingers crossed you got the Olympics in your sights. So it was a pleasure to have you on, and we wish you the best of luck. And before we do wrap up officially, you got to tell listeners where they can find you.
Like social medias?
Yeah.
Okay, so Instagram, Anthea, but it's ANTHXYA. Then there's TikTok. It's Anthea _.
Okay.
Those are my only 2 main ones. My Twitter isn't that. I don't post on there.
Do you post a lot on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay.
So like that's where I'm most active.
Yeah. Do you have any cringy TikTok videos?
Probably.
Doesn't everybody?
Right. I don't do TikTok dances though.
Okay.
No rhythm, none at all.
No TikTok dances. You guys have never been in the track and field indoor or practice and just cranked out a dance?
Other people may. I don't. When they say, "Hey, let's do a TikTok," what are we doing in this TikTok? When they say dancing, absolutely not. You're not gonna embarrass me.
No dances for you. Because you know that they will roast you if it doesn't turn out good, and it'll be plastered probably all over your guys' group chats or like your team meetings.
People on TikTok are cruel. They absolutely get on me.
Don't even get me started about social media comments. I can't even put them into words.
Instagram Reels are the worst. I've seen the worst comments on there.
Instagram, yes. I think TikTok comments are even worse. Really? Reels? Yeah, they're both really bad. It's just the same trolls and bots on both.
Yeah. But see, TikTok, you run the risk of getting canceled.
Yes, you do.
The people on Instagram, they say the most slurs that they can think of.
Yes.
And they do not care.
Well, anytime you talk about something controversial or just like a popular topic ongoing and you have an opinion about it, people just spout off in the comments. And I've also learned everybody on the internet now has an opinion. Everybody has something to say.
Opinions to myself.
Everybody on the internet has something to say in the comment section. They know better than you. They figure I can tell them this when they're really not, when they're wrong. It's like,
listen, I'm not trying to get canceled, So I literally just don't say anything. I post
Right.
my little funny TikToks and I log off.
Yep.
That's it. I don't comment on nothing. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Best way to go about it. Well, like I said, it was a pleasure to have you on. Guys, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, the Inquisitive Mamba Podcast, and we'll see you next time.